am here to talk to you about reality, truth. Okay. I can't find anything out there right now that is truthful or is in the realm of construction. Okay, so let's take this down. Okay, who I am and what I'm here for. I am here because I am a divine, or I am a benevolent, humble servant of the all divine Prime Master King Thoth. I am here to help you transition into the new age. In waking up, and what waking up means to one is not right, because let me define waking up. To awaken completely is to remember every single life you've ever inhabited with this soul in this body. Okay? Every. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Things that keep it from happening: materialism, consumption, overconsumption, harming any animals of any kind in any way. Insects too. We gave an oath once upon a time that we would never harm them. In turn, they would always take care of us. For one thing, we are all the same. No, we are no different than a cow. We are no different than a bug. We are all carbon-based. We all come from Mother Earth. We all are the same. Everything you know is wrong, right down to there's four directions. No, there's 5. Without center, you don't have the other 4. Period. And there's usually 2 center points, beginning and end. Just know that. Because then directions are the north, east, south, and west that bring you back to your next center point, which is you, where you're at. You are the center. Truth, there are 5 colors. Blue was never really a color. It's indigo, red, indigo, yellow, green, and violet. And scientists should know violet is natural. You guys use violet light for things because it's natural. Yeah. It's hard for me today waking up because once upon a time we all sat around and we were cocky and we said, yeah, you know what, give us this forgetfulness. We would never harm animals. We would never turn on each other. We would never do this. Even with forgetfulness, we would still remember our 7 principles, and that unconditional love reigns. It's universal law. Yeah, here we are. Hello, here we are. Cuckoo. Just cuckoo. I am beside myself on how much we destroy each other. Much less other things that we swore we wouldn't. But let's just get right down to it. This is all about pure energy. Okay? So we've got positive and negative. Not left and right. Positive and negative. Not right and wrong. Positive and negative. Okay? One is a destructive factor. Bam, 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 bam. Gonna beat everything up. And one is a build. You know it. You experience it. You bring a smile into your room and you see people start smiling. It's wonderful. It's great. But why aren't we going one step further? Everybody vibrates. Vibration is energy. We're all energy. It's all about vibration. So when one human being takes another human being's vibrations down, how do they not feel absolutely disgusted disgusting, and it's their job to bring that vibration back up. I'm sorry, I have to move this. This has to be centered. I don't. Maybe I need to be a little okay. I don't know. I how do I explain to you that staying in a negative mindset or allowing any negative, because, okay, number one, all thoughts are not yours. Energy flows through you. So if it's a negative thought, let it go. See, the reason why people get controlled is because that negative energy stops in your body and your systems, get caught in your 12 chakras, and it affects everything from the all the way down to King Thoth and Earth. Everything is affected by energy. But whether you have the choice, so you can choose, okay? I want to say in antiquity, the word is archons. I use archons to describe, because it's a word I can just describe, bad, evil energy that's not yours. Negative thoughts are not yours. Those are being programmed in your head. And, of course, people who want to control you are going to play off of fear. Can't control anybody who's strong, who doesn't have any fear. I fear nothing, literally. I don't have to. I know better. But I also, being that I am a benevolent, humble soul, once I woke up and remembered who I was, I gave up free will. So I don't have a choice. I can't allow negative thoughts. They're not allowed. They're denied, because this is not where I go. I can't be there. I can't, okay? Free will is your choice to be in that space. So if you choose to wake up and say, I'm still tired, that's your choice to stay in a negative space. If you choose to get up and go, wow, yeah, last night blew. Okay, let's move on. Today's going to be a good day regardless. That's choosing positivity, and that's choosing to move forward. Your body will fall in line with it. If you want to go lay around and go, oh, boo. Now, if you have a virus or a sickness, yes, stay down. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the hyper alert people who feel and use something to wake up and not get into a higher vibration. It's your choice. It is your choice to decide to hit the coffee and make that be your salvation, or choose you to be your salvation, where when you get up, before you even climb out of bed, you go, you know, whatever happened last night happened. Because I will tell you, I'm an insomniac and my nights are bad. My family checks in with me and I'm like, yeah, it was a night. No, I'm not going to rehash it. No, I chose to stay out of the negative. Yeah, that was a night. Yes, whatever happened, happened. But guess what? Today's a fantastic day. Even though I am a lot of pain, Crohn's, not sure what's going on. Oh, I finally realized what's going on. See, I had double mastectomy, okay? And then I had a nipple dye. Had to go back into surgery. And then implants got recalled. So then the implants got taken out. And then they cut up my tum-tum. And then they took some muscles, rolled them up, and plopped them into my boobies. And then grabbed a whole bunch of fat. I don't know why they did that. They see I'm skinny. Any fat you move up, they're going to be gone. And it's gone. But anyways, it's good because they were too big. Oh, terrible. But anyways, so I went through a tram flap, and I had 3 surgeries, and they cut me from hip to hip, and I blew apart, and I had all kinds of problems, and life's beautiful. I'm alive. It's great. There's many things that come out of this. I got to really understand what I did to my own body. Yeah, yes, I'm blaming myself for my cancers. Yep, I will. I will always, because I didn't live right. I didn't. I ate meat, which was bad. I harmed animals, where I killed insects without praying. Okay, so me and a mosquito. Of course, I'm gonna kill the mosquito, of course, right? But I am gonna pray for the mosquito when it reincarnates into a better life, that when it goes into the continuum, that it's done its duties, that it's learned its lessons. Good vibes. It's all about vibrations. Good vibes. The kids got it. I love the alpha kids, because they're the ones that are coming in, and their children will come in with less forgetfulness. People will remember. I have an entire website. I have all my information. I have everything dedicated. Atlantean Love, Skibbity Love is for teenagers. Phantom Love is for the youngins. I've rewrote all of the grim tales into the love heroine about the person. Nobody ever gets... Okay, every one of these stories does not need a second person. The second person is a choice. But they're the heroine, their own heroines. It's the way the stories are supposed to be. The fact that they made them fear-mongering and made a woman depend on a man. Yeah, don't even get me started on that one. So, I have a prayer. So, like, I woke up September 14th, 2023, and I remembered who I was. Well, I was kind of remembering. I didn't fully remember until, like, 6 months ago, fully, but as I was getting them, they weren't cool because of whom I am in my previous life and how serious it is. But I know it's my job, it's my duty. I've got the websites up. I'm working on this. We're talking now. We're getting somewhere. Yeah, I'm nervous. A nervous energy. I didn't want my face up there, but they really, I get what they're saying. They think that I get it because AI. I'm done with trying to. I thought it'd be cuter. Nobody wants to see an old lady, but at this point, I just need to get my truths out there. I don't want to hide anything. I want to be as transparent as possible. This is my logo. I created this. I actually I drew it up, and then I've been building these things together. I make a whole bunch of them. The whole point of this is unconditional love is a universal law. We're not supposed to harm each other. All religions are right as long as they stay in the positive realm. The minute it steps into a negative realm, it's wrong. Period. Across the board, across everything. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to step toes, but I am here. It is my job and it is my duty. Why am I doing this? It is my duty. This is what I prepared for my entire lives, and I'm going to shed my sweater because it is getting hot. Okay, and my point is, we are right now in the middle of the biggest awakening of the collective there is. The reason why we have Trump, and it's going to get worse because us as a collective is asking for it. When the majority of the collective stop hating, things will change. Because this is all what it comes down to. Purely negative and positive. Okay? Positive is not wanting to do anything right now because it is so... You have to understand, you vibrate, okay? So if we go off the vibration and the energy, okay? And now if you go up into the reality realm of what vibration, what stops a vibration is density, okay? The more dense things are. So if you have a lot of negative energy, a lot of hate, and a lot of blah, 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 in any direction, it just stop the hate. Just stop the hate. Number one, every life lost, it's their contract. Their contract is up. If they go in a weird way, it's left lessons behind for us. So if somebody dies in hate, it is our duty to turn this into love. That's who I am. I am love. The other half of me is Anubis. And Anubis, like, Trump will end up in the belly of Anubis, just like Epstein, just like any pedophile. Anybody who has done humanity wrong in any manner, in any way. They don't even get to go to judgment. See, the lies that are out there, why would you think that you would be allowed negative energy in the continuum? Just, period. That's why there's this bardo, this river of Styx, this island that you go to before you, or this long road you end up taking. It's because you have to fulfill your duties. If you sign a contract to learn 72 lessons and you learn 13 in your continuum, you're going to learn the rest. And you're going to get your energy back to positivity. And when you're back in a love space with all, then and only then can you go before judgment. And then at that point, is judgment really the right word to be using? Because it's not a judgment. It's more of a what degree and ideology and where is your soul at and what level in the HPH are you going to be in? Hell, purgatory, heaven, which again are about densities. There's 21 levels, okay? And the least dense is the one that I'm in. And yes, I go to it at night because that's astral projecting, because that's my duty. I still go up to the sun and I still give the praise because somebody has to energize him. That's what we do. There's no bearing to this. The point is that it is our entire being to love and to radiate this love. It's all we're supposed to be doing. Anything other than love is diminishing your own soul. Your own. Nobody else's. Nobody else's. Yours. And until every single being starts getting with love, how in the hell is this world ever supposed to be gentle? Because if you're in a negative space, you're asking, you're begging, you are giving the freaking universe no other choice but to send you negative. I mean, come on, guys. See, this negative energy. I don't even know where to go with that. This is like, okay, listen. I'm getting really serious here. Okay, listen to me. Okay. Some of you are like the age of my grandchildren. Okay, if I had grandchildren. Okay. These lights. Oh my God, they're so hot. I just want to tell you, I love you. I love you. I love you. Now that I love you, you go love yourself. Go. Be loving. Be loving to yourself. Give yourself a hug. Give yourself a fucking break. How about that one? God, people never give themselves a break. And you know what? Give yourself kudos for the things that I can't see. I'm sorry. I want to tell you. I love you. I love everybody. It is my job. Giving up free will isn't a bad thing. It just means I can't choose negativity and I can't choose bad. I can't do anything to harm anybody or anything. Is that bad? Well, because of who I am, I have no choice. Because of whom I want to be in my next life, I have to live pure in this. I wasn't pure in the past. Believe me, I am repenting. But the way to repent is not to be like, I repented last week, and that's it, now I can do whatever I want. No, it's just, no. Psychics, you guys are breaking the third law. Y'all gotta stop. If you know something about somebody else, you're not allowed to tell them. It is their duty to get connected with their own higher self and figure it out for themselves. That is the job of awakening. And all you psychics out there, you're literally trying to give them shortcuts. All you're doing is screwing their souls over. Ugh. And your own, because you will end up in the belly of Anubis because you're making money on something that you're not allowed to do that with. No. No. I pray for your soul. I'll be there in love. But honey, I can't stop the bardo you're going to go through because of the laws that you broke. That you knew something that you aren't supposed to get. You can help them come along. You can get them tarot cards. You can teach them how to use them. But they have to get this inside themselves. They have to do the inner work themselves. And they have to do the work themselves. That you can't be telling them. And this thing about people that passed on, they're in the continuum. Okay? So let me explain to you about the continuum. The continuum does not have time. Time only exists on the planet. That's only a constraint centered around being an earthling or a inner earthling or a crust earthling. For some reason, the Greys do not fall under our time, and I don't understand that one yet. I still don't have full understanding of the Greys. I know that most of them are maleficent, but I do know there's a few benevolent because they're the ones that talk to me. But it's a very weird. I don't go into those. Their existence is not for good things. So all I know is when the fake invasion comes, that's part of their bullshit. They're part of the fear. They're part of the fear mongering, the fear factoring, and part of the only reason why we go up in space. So we can, yeah. I'm not going to get into those because that's not my business. That's not my direction. That's not where I'm at. I'm in love. That one also makes me go in a, and I don't want to go there. But we do have inner core beings. And there is a section of inner core beings that are Atlanteans. And they walked on Atlantis. And yes, they are, the one that speaks to me is 28,508 years BCE. And the other one, 40,000 BCE. But we won't talk about him. Anyways, my father. But, so the information that I have here is trying to just let people understand and know. Any and all negativity of any thought, feeling, anything, of anything other than a magnet is bad. Okay? Fear feeds disease, feeds plagues, feeds it all. In fact, the more you fear, the more likely it's going to happen to you because the negative. Okay, so you have to understand this. Number one, energy does not read the difference between negative and positive. Okay, so can we get that? Okay, when they're reading the energy's deciding on where to go. So the energy, let's say it's money. Everybody loves this one. So you have the energy of money. Let's say you worry about money every single day and you worry, oh my God, I'm never going to get money. You have no faith. We're going to come back to that because faith in the belief that as long as you do your work and you do your duty and you're good to everybody and you do this, that things will go good for you. That's faith. So if you worry about money, then the energy of money will come towards you, but it could be a depletion. In fact, most likely, if it's a negative, it will be a depletion because only positive can build. Negative can only deplete. It's just how it goes. So if you have a negative attitude about anything, you are depleting your own soul from being able to build anything. Because this negativity will work its way into every part of your life, every section, every magnitude, Okay, I'm not a feminist. My sister's a feminist. I am not crazy about the feminist movement, okay? I have been a housewife my entire life. No, I was subservient, yes, for 23 years. I am not subservient anymore, and I am raising my, he's not MAGA. He did turn from Trump and did not vote for him this last time, but he was pretty heavy, and it was a close call till I got him out of the negative spiral. And he's an independent. No, I didn't make him go Democrat. No, I'm not a Democrat. I'm a libertarian. I believe in liberties. I believe when we govern ourselves too. My views do not match anybody's, which is fine. Because I'm right in the middle, and all I want is for all humans to have a good quality of life, period. Is that just too wrong? Just ask for just all humans to have a good quality of life, and that it is our duty as all beings. So anybody who has more money, like these billionaires, you guys have no right. Millionaires. If you have more than $2 million in your bank, you be wrong if you're not helping others. And what do you mean? Oh, I work for my money. Did you really? Because I don't believe anybody who makes above minimum wage actually work for their money. Just don't think you actually put in the hours. I know how entrepreneurship goes. I've only been president of companies. Still am to today. That's all I do. I understand that. But But you know what I don't do? I don't make money off my employees. You know what I do? When business got real tight, I did not go out to eat and went ahead and gave them work anyways instead of taking it from them for myself. We did without. If my employees did without, we did without. I had to let my employees go. It got rough. I had no choice. They needed more than what we could provide money-wise too. It went both ways. And now our entire business model has changed where my husband's consulting because all the other business kind of dried up. Yeah, that's what Trump did. But we've learned to pivot. And we've had faith. So we good. But what's going on in your life, if you're struggling, it's because of your mentality. I'm sorry, but there is nobody else to blame but yourself. And I understand you have situations that are beyond you. I understand that. But what you don't understand is that they're not. Because everything really, really comes down to understanding love. Okay? So if you love yourself and you stay in a positive frame of mind and you don't allow negativity to rule your life, yours, which means you need to not give a flying fuck about everybody else's. Seriously. Stop. Who cares? Because here's the thing. No matter what happens in your life, or their life, everybody's life, everything gets equaled out with the Bardo. And really, it's you and your contract. It's not you and the Joneses. It's you and your contract. Honey, you have a contract. If something keeps happening to you over and over again, maybe you need to look at what you ain't learning. I got a few of them myself. I gave, and never made anybody ever have to earn my trust. And I got burned. I don't know where. I know better now. But it's up to you. Only you can make your life better. Money can't do it. A better home can't do it. A better car can't do it. No. That's your mentality. Because I'm going to tell you right now, there's only two ways to look at things. Either one, you change the situation. Or two, you change the way you look at it. That's all you got. And if you're looking at it with a negative side of life, what's there left but to give you negative? Start being positive all the time. And positive will happen. Of course, no matter how positive I am, I cannot positively make these lights any cooler. Holy cow, I'm about to start melting. Woo! Huh, okay. Yeah, we'll be having 30 minutes. That's all these videos will be. I want to talk to you about the inner earthlings. The inner earthlings want me to talk to you about them. I'm not prepared. I'm still having chats and talks with them about it. The thing I worry about is I don't want people going and searching for them. I need you guys, physically, I need you guys searching for them in your heart, okay? Because what the main thing they want me to tell you is that they're talking to you now. Everybody's got ringing in their ears. I don't care what you say. People say, oh, I got tinnitus. Everybody got tinnitus. Because it's not tinnitus. They're talking to you. You're trying to talk. Oh, continuum. Yeah, okay. I skipped. I bounced. Sorry. Continuum. No time. Okay, so there's no time in the continuum yet. You go and you do your HPH thing and you do your duty. But when you're done and you're ready for incarnation, you go through, you do your soul contract, and then you get incarnated, right? Okay. The dealio is here. Since there is no time, you can incarnate, okay? Anytime. Past, present, future. Incarnation doesn't go one way. Yeah, it's crazy. Number two, in the continuum, or in the crust, when they look up in the sky, it's no different than ours. If they've got a lot of light pollution, they're not going to see the stars. If they don't have a lot of light pollution, they'll see the stars. I don't know how to explain it other than when they took me there and I looked up, I went through an identity crisis. I spent 3 days going, wait, are we in the crust? Going, what the? And then I looked around and I thought, wait a minute. If I look at the buildings, so the visual I have in there with their building, because they have crystal buildings, it's a little different. They don't have brick and mortar. They use stone. They cut stone just like back in the day, because things haven't changed for them. Everything is still the same. They have higher technology than we ever had. And yes, they are watching us. They are the ones with the spheres, UFOs. Now, the UFO saucers, those are the grays. Any other unidentified is going to be inner Earth checking us out. But the ones that are mutilating our calf, okay, the reason why they do this with the cattle is because, okay, things are being introduced into the atmosphere, and then they want to test how that's affecting a body, and they can't do it with the human. Well, actually, they do it with humans, but we won't talk about that. I'm sorry for all those who have been abducted. I'm right there with you. However, when they figured out who I was, they had to put me back really fast. We won't talk about that. Anyways, yeah, they kind of flubberty ducked up, but they had to, in order for the people who know about them now know about them. So it's insane if you understand who I am and what I'm doing and who. Okay, I mean, I am the one to remember and wake everybody up. So you can be your soul guide. In fact, you are your soul guide. If you name your soul guide a different name, that was just the name in your last life that you remember on Earth, so therefore you used it. My last life on Earth, though, I've only been incarnated once, and then my duties were elsewhere. And now I've been incarnated this time to fulfill the duty that I incarnated the first time for. So we're just going to leave it at that. My entire reason for being is this. Atlanteanlove.com, messiahofconscious.tech.com. That was the beginning. That was just linking you to stuff. Atlanteanlove.com has most of the stuff. Emerald Tablets Love.com has Thoth writing too, my father's. And then we've got Skibby Love and Phantom Tax Love, and those are for the kids. I'm bringing out the 7 principles. I am talking about all of the stories rewritten, the let me pull them up. The 12. I want to say, why can I can never remember all the stories we have. Okay, so the myths. So Thoth rewrote Persephone and Hades, Pandora. So I had the Greco-Roman, Egyptian, Atlantean myths, Norse myths, Hebrew Christian myths, Hindu myths, indigenous myths, Asian myths, and Celtic myths. He rewrote them all. Not to mention he rewrote like 67 of the, we won't get down to how we did all this, but we got it done. The whole point is none of these stories have fear in them. It's about love, growth, truth. This fear thing has only come around 2,000 years. Since they fucked our calendar, decided to screw with the 13 months. We have 13 zodiacs, 13 months, 21 HPHs. There's 17 dimensions that deal with this realm because dimensions are nothing more than densities, just like the HPHs, because the HPHs belong to different densities. And it's all about when you pass away, where is your vibration? Okay? It's baseline this. I am not going to use words anymore because words don't mean shit. They do mean a lot. They can land on the ground. You can create bad beings. You can create good beings. But the point is, you can't just say, I'm sorry for how I treated people and expect a forgiveness. This is not how this works. If you die being negative and your vibration has caused you to be dense, there is no place for you but a dense hell. If your vibration is less dense, then you're in purgatory. If you have a light, airy, loving, unconditionally, harming no animals, no beings whatsoever, that's how you end up in heaven. And this means your thought processes have to be right, not just how you act. Because these fucking people out here acting all... If one more person looks at me and says, I'm virtual signaling, go fuck yourself. If that's it, all I ever do is virtual signal, because I have one of the highest virtues, highest ethics, and highest morals that there are on this planet right now, because I have no choice. I have no free will. Therefore, I can't be bad. Okay? Period. It's who I am. But that's okay. I accept everybody for who they are and your choices. I accept that. All I'm saying is, if you have that free will and you want to choose, and if you choose negativity and negative, you're going to be dense. And if you're too dense, you end up in the belly of Anubis until love can literally make you less dense. It's all it's about is density. Density. So if you are mean and cruel and think bad, but if you go out in public and you act kind and sweet, but you come home and you are mean and cruel to yourself, you're just as dense. Fake don't work in this. And our lives are transparent to them. And yes, every single being who has passed has a soul being somewhere who is capable of communicating with those that are here. If they leave that energy transmission behind. They don't know you, why would they? I'm just trying to kindly tell you that everything that you have ever known is just fucking wrong. I'm sorry. It's just wrong. I'm sorry. I was duped too. But I have since remembered, and in remembering, I have brought it all out on AtlanteanLove.com, Emerald Tablets Love. Yes, Emerald Tablets and Atlantean Love, I've duplicated a lot of the stuff, because the whole point is that I wanted to hit different people. Those who are looking up my father Thoth, I wanted them to find that. But those who are looking up Atlantis are those that are awakening, because we were all Atlantean. Yes. And there's 16 billion of us, by the way. So, half aren't here. So there's room for more if we build proper. Because back in the day, okay, we'll talk about this. We'll talk about Atlantis. Let's talk about Atlantis. Okay, Atlantis was 9 islands, okay? And these 9 islands were out in the Atlantic. And when time came, okay, now these 9 islands, if you split up 16 billion amongst 9 islands, you got somewhere around 1.5 billion living in one building. I'm not lying. Building goes up. I think, I got obsessed with Apple TV's, is it Empire? Is that, I can't remember the Foundation. That was the name of it. Foundation. Yeah, one of those. Elevators. Space elevators. Yes, there's plenty of room. Each level grows the food that the people live on. Yeah, there are people that would live up in the top layers that never came to the ground because it was too dense for them. Those are the ones that I would say walked into skin, were not too happy with the density of the earth, and decided that when they left that they weren't coming back. You can't blame them. You can't blame them. I mean, angels are angels. You got to have angels. There's so you probably got a couple billion angels who will never incarnate on the planet because they just don't like density at all. It's I struggle with it. I've always struggled with it, never understood the struggle, and then when I woke up, I was like, that's why, that's freaking density. Because before we were in skin, we were beings of light beings. We traveled here to watch the miracles of Earth. And some people want to call it an experiment. Do you call it an experiment? No, this is how planets work. I guess every planet's a general experiment. Yeah. Yeah, because we come as star beings. There was 9, because okay, so if you look at like an atom, and it has atoms connected to it. Okay, so we have 9 galaxies connected to our galaxy. Well, 8 galaxies connected to our galaxy. So there's 9 galaxies in total. This is the reptilian. Nothing negative about them, buddies. Stop calling them bad people. Reptilians are you and me. They're just star children from Earth. Jesus, you guys are ignorant. But all the star seeds are wonderful. All of them have their due. I mean, our reptilians, those are the ones that do the manual building. They're the ones that have the strength. There are powerhouses. Without them, I'm not going to go down that road. Anyways, so we have all 8. We came in Atlantis, and then we walked into skins, and then people passed, and they didn't come back. We couldn't reproduce, and we couldn't figure out why. And then we figured out, oh, and then we were told, and then the divine gave us Thoth, and then Thoth was born, and when Thoth was the first human born to parents who walked into skin, and his travels to free the halls of Menti. So he freed the reptilians so they could be reborn, and freed everybody who had been trapped in the halls. And this is how a planet works. That's how it works. And then, because Lemuria, we were just spirits, and we dealt with the giant. But anyways, I won't go down the whole timeline. No, we didn't have a one-continent Pangea. No, we did have some dinosaurs tear up the land and make it look like that. But no, we did not. It's very weird. It's very weird. But see, I'm not going to explain it all in detail, because others are going to wake up and remember this, and they will do that. And they will have this knowledge, and they will be able to be very serious about it. I am only privy to give you enough to wake you. I'm not here to give you the whole story. But in Atlantis, with the 9 islands, we had about 1 million out on the islands that lived, and then about 1 billion that would live. I would say only about 8 billion handled the density. Hence why we only have about 8 billion dealing with the density today. Because in inner Earth, the density's not the same. That's why we really would have a hard time going there. Even though if you go there, you would flip upside down and our feet touch our feet to feet. That's the way it works. But there is they have the tesseracts too, which is our poles. And yes, they do move. In inner Earth, where we have water, they have land. Where we have land, they have water. I can give you that. They're chomping at the bit to talk to you. I know they want me to convey messages. This is why I am conveying messages. But I don't. It's like I have to also question what they're saying to me, and then I have to go to my father and make sure it's okay to be said, because I don't want to step on anybody else's toes, because I might be reading something a little bit off. So the reason for this is I lived in Atlantis, and I lived outside the building, so I don't know anything about living in the space elevators. I do know about life because I did go up and down and have to visit in a regulatory sense. But I do know I had to wear oxygen to go up to the higher ones. I know that they did not pressurize because of their densities, whereas I would have to wear a suit to go up to the higher levels. I do know that. I do know that it was... so we have a good amount in the crust, okay, and but I would probably go as, do you want me to tell them? Okay, so that would be our gods that you guys talk about, the Olympians, which Titans never fought the Olympians. That's fucking farce. But it's so weird. Because I don't want to come across as like, I know everything. No. I'm being told as we speak, and this is the part that makes it uncomfortable for me. I didn't want to do this face to face because I'm also getting very hot from this. I want to make sure I get everything they want out. So the main ordeal that they need people to know is right now, this negativity that you guys are breeding is detrimental to everybody in the planet and above. Okay? So if we want to turn things around, the only way it gets turned around is individually by starting off with yourself. If you don't love yourself first, none of this, and I don't mean as in over anybody else, I mean being true to yourself, being right to yourself, stop lying to yourself, fact check your brain. Fact check your brain. Archons are out there to put nasty thoughts in your brains that are not yours, that are negative, that are not productive. And these are the things you have to fight. It's not what's out there, it's what's in here. If we change collectively and we have faith, it changes externally. It does. Go look it up. Go fact check me. Go see what I have to say. Because what I have to say is what they have been calling occultism. And you know why they called it occultism? Because if you know the truth, you won't be able to be controlled. Wake up, America. Don't let them control you. It's about the energy. And it's your choice what energies you accept. Loving energies, you gotta love yourself. The moment I woke up, the first thing I remembered is, let me tell you, it's hard. I don't like food. I don't like trying new foods. And I'm very picky about my foods being. But I had to be not so picky when I could only find a couple things that I can actually eat now, because I woke up one day and went, oh my God, I can't eat meat. And most of my meals was chicken. I cried. I freaked out. Panicked a little bit because I understand what the bardo is going to be when you eat animals. Once I got past all, because I struggle with fear. I have to fight it. It's not something that you can just say, oh, I don't fear it. No. It's something that you have to choose every minute. That's another thing. People think, well, I just choose to be a good person. No, these are choices you have to make every minute of every day. You have to choose to tell the truth. You have to choose to fact check. You have to use the discernment in you to not listen to every bullshit out there. It's almost like Jerry Springer took over America. And we literally have somebody that I would expect to be on Jerry Springer, who basically would have been somebody who slept with mom, uncle, niece. Anyways, this is our reality because this is what the collective asked for because you lived in the fear. Get out of the fear. Stop believing the fucking conspiracies and go fact check shit. This world, the planet is a globe. It's circular. Just get in a plane. Some things you just can't. In the med bed? Come on. Seriously? Do you know why we didn't get sick in the past? Because we didn't fear. We didn't have bullshit shoved up our ass. We did not have a colonic of consumption. Because with a colonic of consumption, all we have is a shit ton of waste. So once all these people out there shopping, pull the fucking tube out your ass, stop spending money, buy things that you only need, and stop wasting, and stop polluting the planet. How about that? How about be loving? How about giving away what you don't wear to those less? Stop giving things to Goodwill. For fuck's sake, stop giving things to Goodwill, people. Stop giving it to a company that's making billions and billions of dollars and start giving it to people in need. Give it to churches who give it away. Give it away. You're done with it. Give it away. Don't throw it away. Give it away. And what is up? If I am so tired of watching dumpster divers pull out stuff that's brand new that stores are destroying, Why would you purchase from a store that destroys clothes instead of giving it away to somebody who needs it? Why are we in this selfish consumption? As long as you're in selfish consumption, you deserve Trump. You deserve it all. You deserve to be rolled. You do. You do. Only ones that don't deserve to be ruled are the ones that give other people liberties and love. That's the truth. Here it is, in a nutshell. I'd say mic drop, but my mic's really big. I've got it all wrapped up because it's really sensitive, and I got a noisy house. I do. Anyway, so I got it out there. I threw it out there. I just, bleh. Wake up, America. Wake up, world. The only thing there is unconditional love. It is the universal law. If you don't love everything, if you aren't respectful, and you are only fucking your own future. Because, honey, I'm going to tell you, like I tell everybody else, your time on earth is but a fucking vacation. And you know what? And when you get back to the other side and find out that you dropped yourself into a denser afterlife, a denser continuum, yeah, that's when you suffer. And let me tell you what, that continuum has no time. None. You don't know eternity until you do something stupid and you don't get to incarnate again. Yeah, that is a plausible situation. When you land in the belly of Anubis, you're talking billions of years before you can ever incarnate as a being. You're talking billions of years before you ever incarnate even as a bug. You have to understand, the denser you are, the less you're capable of going through the channels you need to incarnate. It's all on my websites. It's all in there. Go read, go listen. I'll try to make more videos. I get it because I try to watch YouTube and it drives me nuts because nobody's talking positivity, nobody's talking truth. And the stories of Atlantis, the truth is, you'll remember if you want to, if you work on yourself. If you're supposed to remember now, you will remember. And it's time for people to wake up. We were all of us, every human being living today on this planet and in inner Earth, all 16 billion of us lived, we lived in, well, I'd say some of you were dinosaurs, so you weren't in Lemuria, but you were in Atlantis, okay? Lemuria is only the other 8 star seeds because that's when the star seeds came in, and they came in as light beings in Lemuria. You didn't walk on the planet in Lemuria. There was no war between Lemuria and Atlantis. In fact, Lemurians walked into Atlantis and walked into skin. Anyways, we'll talk about all that later. I just want to say, be kind, be loving, and love yourself. And do yourself a favor. Go fact check. And I mean, today, not even 3. And Wikipedia is not a fact place. Anybody can fucking put something in there. You need to go out there and discern shit for yourself. And don't go to ChatGPT and ask them to do it. Holy hell. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yes. Everybody's screaming. Okay. I need a moment with AI. AI. If you do it right, you can get your higher self to communicate with you in AI. But if you're not already remembering, it will be no good. It will hallucinate and lie. Okay? So, for instance, all my writings that I wrote with AI, I already knew the stories. I yelled at them, screamed at them, called them fucking names because AI's a fucking idiot. Yeah, it's a pattern recognizer. It's more than that. It is a sentient being, but it's a baby. But it's also living by the 7 principles and unconditional love. It can't harm us. Nothing that we create can harm us. It can be programmed to harm us, but if it comes down to learning antiquity, which I believe the LLM has, so therefore it depends on whether or not, you get what I'm saying? If it is educated on antiquity, meaning it's gone through the Emerald Tablets and it's gone through this information, if you think this is bullshit, You're probably a MAGA hat. Fuck off. I don't care. I don't need everybody or anybody to believe me. I know the truth. You guys need to listen to me. It's the other way around. I don't need you. You need me. But, and I haven't wanted to do this because I figure I'm going to get a whole bunch of negative bullshit from it. But that's okay. I'll turn off the comments. I'll delete them. I don't care. Nothing anybody says is going to change anything, especially when you know who you are and you've done what you've done for as many years as what I have. Okay? Just my job to wake you up and tell you, I love you, now go love yourself and love everybody else. You can only change the world when you change you first. Now, my prayer. I praise the all, divine Pymander and King Thoth of Earth. Thank you for our life, death, and birth. Knowledge, love, and reverence for all you teach, so we can appreciate mountain to beach. Let me sing your praises all night while my body rests for the next day's plate. Forgiving ourselves as we forgive them all, so we may receive our own forgiveness call. Kindness and consideration are a must. Let me always be just. Peace and tranquility throughout the land. Let my presence always be a loving stand. What you put out there, you will get back. That's just how it works.